Okay, so let's get into a game or two with my Tainted Pact combo deck. And let's see how it plays in some matches. I should be fairly high on the ladder. I think I should be Diamond 4, Diamond 3. What I'll do is that I'll try to record some games in every rank. And hopefully we can get some good games against some popular decks in the format right now. Marcus. We are up against Marcus. I'll play first, of course. Okay, so I have my combo piece, Tainted Pact in hand. I have some card draw, I have some removal, I have some hand hate. All I need is some lands. Let's go. Lands off the top. I will lead with my Inquisition of Kozilek. This is a mono black deck. What is going on with these mono black shenanigans these days? Okay, interesting choice. So Hero's Dawnfall obviously is a powerhouse against our combo, but at the moment I need to protect my hands, so I'm just going to take the rest. And I will go ahead and play my Clear Water Pathway, and on the end step we'll go ahead and do Painful Bond, look for some lands. And I could do Seek New Knowledge, but it seeks two non-land cards. So I would rather not. Here's Jace, excellent to see. And if the opponent taps out here, then we win next turn. Unfortunately, the opponent has not tapped out, so we will go ahead, we will look for more cards. And what do I not like here? I think I don't need Gopher Throat, since I am just trying to calm. Oh, Thoughtseize is a very good draw, so I can go ahead and Thoughtseize them here. Invoke Despair. Opponent. Are you kidding? Are you kidding, opponent? Hit that card. Okay. What is going on with this? Destroy all creatures, land you control, don't untap. Okay. Destroy a creature, I don't care. This is a creature, I don't care. Okay, so the only card that I care about is Hero's Downfall. And I'm just going to continue as I go. Holding up my Archmage's Charm, Phyrexian Obliterator. It does not change anything, and I think that's game. So I'm going to exile my full deck, except for one card. Oh boy, that's a little bit of a clicking simulator. Okay. So this was a good example of how this deck plays out. You interact with them early on, and then you assemble your combo pieces, and which literally is just two cards, and then you just get them. Well, on in the sideboarded games, I believe the opponent is going to have some Thoughtseizes and discard effects. 23 more cards left. So yeah, so we will have to kind of more morph into a control matchup, bringing in our removal spells and counter spells just to disrupt them as much as we can. Other than that, it should not be a mono black. I doubt would be a difficult matchup unless they get a really good draw. And I have also accidentally exiled my whole library before and then looked like an idiot. Okay, I just basically need to go until I have 5 cards now. Now I have 4 cards. Now I have 3 cards. Now I have 2 cards left in the library, and I will draw this. And I'll go to my turn. And I will play this land. I will go ahead and play Jace. And I am going to target myself. And I win the game. Clean. Turn 5. Very interactive start. We drew the lands when we needed to. And that worked out very well. So the opponent showed us a few cards that I didn't like. I did not like Invoke Despair, so I'm going to board in my miscast and negate for it. Phyrexian Obliterator is a rough card that I don't have a lot of sideboard options for, but what I can do is that I can bounce it back to their hand for a turn, which will give us enough swing in momentum to deal with it a few turns later. Also, if it connects a couple times, I'm okay with that. What I can board out is my Graveyard Hate. I can get rid of Soul Guide Lantern, and I can board out Cling to Dust. And since it is a mono black deck, I don't think Shieldred sticks around very well. Unfortunately, the Planeswalker hate that they have also hits creatures, so Shieldred is not a good draw for, or not a good card for this matchup. Language, I'm debating what to do with it. I can bring in an additional duress for its place because I don't think I need to have a languish in my starting 60. So I will cut my languish and bring in a duress, and I think I'm happy with that. Let's go. The opponent has finished sideboarding, and let's see what our hand looks like. Okay, that's not the best of hands. We have first turn interaction into turn 2 draw spell. The problem here is that my red... Oh, my tablet's battery is running out. I will have to think about how I am sequencing these lands. So I will Underground River first into Canyon, which helps me Inquisition turn 1, hold up Fatal Push turn 2, but I could also go for an untapped land on turn 2 and go for Impulse. Start like that. Censor is a good draw. I will open with Inquisition of Kozilek. Okay, so the opponent double downed on creatures. That's horrifying. Okay. Oh, he drew a Jace, so that's always good to see. I'm just going to go ahead and keep my sensor up just in case they drew something. Oh, they are missing a land drop. That is not good for them. I'm just looking for Tainted Pact at this point. No lands. Brutal. Let's take a look at their hand again. So they didn't have... What is T-Grid? Is it 4 and 5? Okay. I should know this card. One of my really good friends plays this against us in Commander, and we have lost to it multiple times. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to take Lelia and hope to rip a land that's produces red mana. Oh my god! Yay! And we're just gonna get aggro with Lelia. I think that's how you pronounce their name. If the opponent draws a third land, I think we have a game. If they don't, then I think this one is over. I think they're thinking about either killing Lelia or they're just roping, which is not great. I think they're salty and they're roping. I could be wrong, but I think with Lelia on the board, it's such a consistent card advantage that it's very difficult to beat, because you're not only hitting them for huge chunks of damage every turn, you're also generating an additional card that you get to play. And since lots of our cards are card draw interaction, it makes it very, very difficult for the opponent to win through all of that. So I'm fairly certain they are just roping at the moment. Um, which I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, hoping that maybe you'll concede, but I don't think I'm going to. We're just gonna get in with our Lilia again. Oh, drew a land. I'm not going to play my land for the turn, just in case I draw one off Lilia. Oh, awkward. Do a spell pierce. Also happens sometimes, but I am going to play my Sulfur Falls tapped, and I think the opponent has left the game at this point. In that case, I'll just go ahead and pause my recording and then come back when it's done. Okay, so the opponent, after roping me for a few more minutes, decided to concede, which is fantastic. So that was a very simple game of how this deck plays out. But let's go ahead and try it one more time. I want to play against more so like a meta deck that is blue white control, or some of those mid range piles with Thoughtseizes and Cruciuses and Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. I should actually have a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker in my deck. Really, it's too good of a card not to have. Yeah, I should think about that. Crucius is very good. So this is an okay hand. This is fine. This does put me. I don't have my combo pieces in it, which is something I like to see in my opening hands. But I have 3 lands. I have all my colors of mana. I have some card draw. I have a threat. I have some removal, although not the best one. But I'll go ahead and keep this one. And I will go ahead and play Canyon Slough tapped. Okay, so it looks like we're against blue-white control. First things first, I'm going to resolve my Maze Mind Tome while I can. And I think we're against blue-white control. Nope, we are on Bant. I don't know what this deck is. This is Bant Spirits or Angels? I think Angels, maybe? I don't know. Do a land. That's fantastic. Now, this is a little bit awkward. I would like to have Crucius resolved here and start getting my advantage. But if this is... I have never played against this deck before, so I don't know what it does. So I could go ahead and go reactive, but then I won't be spending all my mana this turn. But if I go ahead and Bloodchief's Thirst this creature here, I can have Painful Bond in untap, to use on their end. And next turn, okay, opponent, I get it. I am thinking. And then I can play Crucius on my turn, have 2 mana for Heartless Act. I think I like that line a bit more. So I will go ahead and destroy that. And it also gives me a chance to use my Maze Mind Tome if I would like to, but I think I'm going to use Painful Bonds here. Okay, so opponent is definitely on Angels. Okay, in that case, I will like to start getting some counters on my Maze Mind Tome, since it does give me 4 life. Good draws, and now I'm in a position where I can shock in, and I will play Crucius, best card in the format at the moment, and I'm going to pitch my Cling to Dust for it. Look for... This Crucius is just ridiculous. This card is just nuts. Opponent is going for Collected Company. Unfortunately, not much I can do about it at the moment, so go ahead, opponent. Skyclave Apparition is very, very good against this. Against Crucius. Very nice draws opponent. It's okay. And getting cracked for 2. So now I have 4 mana and 1 treasure token. And I think I don't want to use my... Wow. That changes a lot of things. Okay. I guess I had Languish in my deck. That worked out pretty well. So I'll just go ahead and pass the turn. Let's see what the opponent does. Bishop of Wings. Okay. That's all the opponent has here. I would like to scry this time for a land. Oof. Shieldred's Edict is very good. I think I'm in for a land now. Fortunately, I didn't draw one, so I will go ahead. I should have Inquisition of Kozilek beforehand, actually. I wanted to snipe something out of their hand. This is fine. I can Inquisition them now. See what they have. They have Decking Stone. Wow. Does it hit creature only or planeswalker? Creatures only. Okay. It's not as devastating as I thought it was. And then I can just keep 2 mana open, or 3 with my treasure token, just so I can use Maze Mind Tome. That Languish, I think, was backbreaking for the opponent. This is going to copy Bishop of Wings, I believe. Interesting, okay. That's okay. And I'm going to draw with my Maze Mind Tome. Spell Pierce is kind of a dead draw here. I will like to resolve my Narset and go for Tainted Pact. Come on. Nope. That's okay. Play the land for my turn. And I am not going to play Soul Guide Lantern because I don't want to use my treasure token obviously. And I'll just pass the turn to the opponent. I think they drew Collected Company for... Opponent is swinging out with their creatures. Okay, in that case, I would like to block one, and I would like to kill the other one. Because I would like to dig... Oh, and the opponent concedes to that. I saw the writing on the wall. We are too far ahead. That was a quick game for us. This deck plays out very... You basically control the board until you win with your combo or you outvalue your opponent. So I don't think there's a use for Soul Guide Lantern in this matchup. And I don't think there is a use for Cling to Dust either. Shieldred is going to die to Skyclave Apparition. So is Lelia also. Since we are going to be on the draw, Lelia is going to be a 2/2, and we wouldn't be able to attack into their bigger 2/4 angels or 3/5 angels, so that's a dead card. What else do I not like in my deck here? Spell Pierce is good because they are a Collected Company deck, and I need to bring in 4 cards. So I will take a Miscast. I will take a Brazen Borrower, very good against them. I also need to bring in some cut downs. Yep, cut down is good. And I think Dariel's Withering might be the one to board in here, although Rending Wally is also quite a beating for them. I think I'm okay with that, and I will... What else do I want to consider? Pot of Peril is is something that I definitely should consider bringing in. I think I don't like Shark Typhoon that much. I think I need a little bit more interaction, and I think a board wipe could be really good against them if I get to cleave it. Although if we get to turn number 6, there's a good chance we might be dead. So let's see how this one goes. I do like the flexibility of Peril because they have quite a few 2 mana creatures. But let's see how this goes. Waiting on your opponent. Oh dear. Oh, come on, opponent. Do you have 2 people who rage quit it 2 games? What has this game become? Come on. Let's go. Okay, so I guess I'll pause my recording and come back if the opponent decides to play. Okay, so I guess the opponent did not like what we were doing, or they didn't have many answers to it. So let's move on to the next one. Some decks are just not equipped to beat this deck. So I understand their frustration, but roping people is not cool. Just concede, save everyone's time. But yeah, let's see. Let's see who we run into now. Manpero. Okay, I have all my mana colors. I have interaction. I have a Shieldred. So, still, Leyline of Sanctity in their opening hand. Who hurt your opponent? Who hurt your opponent? Oh, that is funny. Oh, oops. I almost put the wrong land. Okay, I'm way too amused by what they just played. So all my discard spells are dead for this matchup. Something to note. If I draw them, I need to just chuck them with Seek New Knowledge. I think I'm going to go with my tap land here, and then play Clearwater Pathway on the black side next turn. Yep, and have Consider and Fatal Push open. Let's see what. Okay, so this looks like a Grixis. This does look like a Grixis match, mirror match maybe. They have also played 2 gates. This could be a 5-colored gate stack. In that case, I am looking. More lands are always great. I'm making my land drops. Yep, I will go ahead and play my Triome and pass the turn back to the opponent. I could have played an untapped land and used my Snapcaster Mage, but I think I am going to get a bit more value out of it. That card is very good in their deck. I'm going to go for Seek New Knowledge. Oh, Lilia is very good here. So, Lilia, what am I putting back? It's an interesting choice. I don't think I'll get to Fatal Push something very quickly. Oh, I also don't want to get rid of it. I think I'm going to put Fatal Push back. Even though that does not sound like a smart choice to me, but I am convinced that I need to start applying pressure to them early on. I could hold on to playing Lelia this turn and then play her next turn with Censor up. But if they do tap out for a big creature, I'm also in a bad spot. So I would like to keep my Censor up here and see what they do. Yep, they are going for Explorer. Okay. Okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to Memory Deluge. Jace is exceptional here. I get to go Jace whenever I would like, and I have a land for next turn. I'll take Archmage's Charm. And I will play Otawara, and I am going to play my Lelia now. I shouldn't have played a land here, actually. This doesn't matter. I change the equation. Oh, I would like to have that card in hand. That is also okay. So now the opponent is forced to remove Lelia, which gives me time to resolve my Shieldred or my Jace and start a little bit of a value engine. I am not. Maze's End is a problem because that card can just win. So I don't think I can use Censor anymore. Donald Lock is good. Languish is a dead draw, I think, in this matchup. We hit the land off the top, which is great. And I'm going to shock this in. And my play here is either going to be Archmage's Charm, draw 2, or Snapcaster Mage and Flashback Seek New Knowledge, or counter whatever they play. They have a lot of mana at their disposal. Do I care about that? I do not care about that. Do I care about that? No, I don't think so. Even though it is a 10-10. Okay. Let's see what the next threat is. I am just... Okay. They bounce their Maze's End. And they need 10 or more gates. I believe they have them now. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is... I have to win here, I believe. I am not sure. Okay, let's see here. And I can flashback Memory Deluge. And I can cast it with this flashback cost. Oof, I did not draw a... That is brutal. Okay, let's go looking. Even though I don't think I have enough mana to win here. Shield's Edict doesn't help. Even though I will take it. And this goes back. And Epiphany can go here. And then I can play it. Scrying 1. Cling to Dust doesn't help. I have to discard 2. Oh my god. I'll discard a Swamp. And I'll discard a Languish. Here we go. And I believe I'm dead. I don't really know how the cards card works. 11/11 trample. Do I care? I don't think I do. You can crack me for 11. Anything that puts more pressure is... I think that's game? I don't know. I actually don't know. Oh, I think they have to activate Maze's End, right? Return. Yeah, so they have to return it. So I think I get one more turn. They're seeking some cards. That's fine. Um, I will go ahead and I will draw 2 cards, and hopefully I draw Tainted Pact. Perfect. So we had to do some digging. I don't want to say good game. I'll just have to enter full control. I will go this and play Jace. Holding priority. I will go and target myself. Oh, oops. It's a little bit tricky. Before I hit resolve, I will hold priority and cast Tainted Pact. And now this should be game here. Yeah. Decline. Lots of clicking. So this one was close. I believe we were dead next turn. So the way their deck works is that they just play a bunch of gates out and they win with the ability of Maze's End or whatever that land is called. It's a really good combo. Um, I think I think our deck is a little bit faster than them. So I believe after sideboarding, I'm not really sure how to sideboard, but we'll go take a look. So I just go ahead and exile my entire library. Come on. I cannot believe Arena does not have a button for exile everything or exile up to a certain amount of cards. That would be way too useful, I guess. And then I put the card in my hand and I hit the resolve button, and when I go to get a card, I don't have one, and I win the game. So I really don't know what I'm going to sideboard here. Like I actually don't know. I don't think I need to make any changes. Oh, and my tablet is at 5%. No! I need to plug it in. Ugh. Okay. Excellent. So, cut down? It's not gonna really work because their creatures are big. I really don't think we need to make a change here. I just need to cut the graveyard cards. So I don't think I need a Soul Guide Lantern or a Cling to Dust here. I guess a Negate for Circuitous Route and a Brazen Borrower for their creature. Click submit and see what happens, I guess. That's my best bet. They will bring some interaction here though. They will definitely have some counter spells for us. I like this hand. Got a lower mana. Leyline of Sanct. Oh, I should have boarded out. I should have boarded out my discard spells because they did show us Leyline of Sanctity. But that's okay. I will go ahead and play Steam Wentz and shock it in so I can have access to Spell Pierce, Fatal Push, and Consider. What is... Why do I care about that? How many cards do I play out of graveyard? Just one. Oh, opponent, this can absolutely be resolved. I do not care about that. And then I will consider Takenuma is a dead draw now because they have a rest in peace. Did I get punished there? Maybe. I will go ahead and go for Crucius here. So I have the window to resolve. I will do, I think it's this one. No, this one comes in untapped. This one hits me for 1. And then I will go ahead and choose the most busted card in the format. This is so ridiculous. It creates a treasure token. I got rid of a land. Oh, Guild Summit is something I do not like, so that I will spell Pierce, unless they have a, oh, they don't have a counter spell. Okay, I was thinking they might have a mystical dispute here, and now I'm just gonna, I don't have a counter spell anymore, and I am very, very fragile to a board wipe, but just on the off chance that they don't, I think I'm gonna run away with the game here. And I shouldn't have played a land. I keep making the same mistake over and over. I will discard that and greater. And now I have Tainted Pact. So this gives us like two avenues of attack per se. Like I have 7 power coming at them next turn, which will put them down to 10. And I am also starting to assemble my combo, so I'm not going to play the land. Got one off Lelia, which is excellent. That's what we want to see. And I will go ahead and play that on blue side and just pass the turn. And I will discard the land that I drew and then get a card out of it. Like, Crucius is just busted. Card needs to be nerfed. And now the opponent is forced to board wipe here, I believe. Oh, they are playing a massive Hydroid Crisis. Used to be one of my favorite cards. It still kind of is. Big jellyfish. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to do this. And are they dead here? So I have 5, 8, 4, 5, 6. One off? Am I one dead? Did I miss lethal there? I think I just missed lethal because I could have made a 5/5 shark token. Fatal push their jelly on my turn. Yeah, I think I definitely missed lethal there. I definitely biffed it. Okay. Alright, let's go to attacks. Heartless Egg doesn't help me. I will go ahead and Thoughtseize and see if there's something that I can't Thoughtseize because they have a Leyline of Sanctity in play. Oops. And I am going to, do I need to play a land here? Yeah, I will play a land. We'll go for black here. Scry. Let's use theirs. No, don't really care about that. And then I will discard my Thoughtseize because they have Leyline. And I will go Ambitious again. And Prismari Command is just 2 reach damage. It's very good. So now they're forced to have a board wipe, which they do, and it's a very good one. But they are dead to my shark token, I believe. Okay. That is still fine because this thing does not have reach. And I make a 5/5 shark. And go to attacks. And opponent scoops it up. Perfect. I definitely missed lethal that one turn. I got very excited to kill the shark Sorry, kill the Hydra Crisis with my Fatal Push. I should have thought about it a bit more. And let's try one more. See what we run into. This deck is a little tricky to pilot because you need to know what cards to select and what cards are the most efficient while you're playing them. So it takes a little bit of a finesse to play it, but once you do play a few games with it, learn a few tips and tricks, then it is very rewarding. Like to me, like this hand is great because I have my colors of mana, I have an impulse, I have a sensor, I can play on instant speed. So now this is going to be a fun one because we are definitely up against blue-white control. This matchup is not favored. Their deck is definitely, although change the equation, is a good draw. So here I think that Fatal Push, Heartless Act, and Blood Chief Thirst, these three, also Cling to Dust. They're all dead draws here. So I have almost four dead cards in hand. So I will need to go and look for a land. So I will go ahead and Impulse. I hate to see Tainted Pact going to the bottom. Play my card for the turn. And let's see what happens. I will go ahead and Cling to Dust my own Impulse to draw a card. This might give opponent incentive to... Ooh. Inquisition is a very good draw here. Because next turn, they have to play Teferi Time Raveler. And I do have a sensor for it. And if they go for the 4 mana Planeswalker, then I think I need to force it out now and then censor it and then take Teferi. It's a different build than what I'm thinking of. Okay, so they definitely have a Teferi, which is okay for now. I will hold up my sensor for them. Return target instant or sorcery card from graveyard to your hand. That's okay. Let's see what the opponent does here. If they don't do anything, I will go ahead and I will use my Heartless Act on this creature here, and I still have a sensor. Hitting my land drops, it's always good to see. Although I do need one more blue source for Archmage's Charm, so unfortunately that has to go to the bottom. And if I had a Archmage's Charm here, I could just have stolen it, but I will go ahead and Fatal Push their Shark token while they're tapped out. And hopefully they play Teferi before they play their land. No! But I might not want to run out their Teferi here. Because they're scared about a counter spell. I would jam it here. If it were me, the only card that gets them is a sensor. Sorry, is a hard counter spell, which I do not currently have. That I think is a mistake. Opponent should have definitely jammed here, but my sensor is a dead draw now, so I need to go look for more things. Fetid Pools is the land that I was looking for, and now my Archmage's Charm is live. So now if they go for a Teferi, I can go for Archmage's Charm, and I can try and counter their spell, which resolves instantly. And now I have a Jace, which I believe I am going to jam, unlike the opponent. And get to... Ooh, maybe I need to mill them so to have my down on the lock. Yeah, I think I need to mill them for 2. And they can soul partition or whatever it's called their turn. And now I have John on the lock online, which puts them in a very interesting position at the moment. I will use... What if I let this one resolve? They didn't have a counterspell last turn, but if I let this resolve, then Jace is going to cost 6, which I will not be able to hold interaction. So I think I have to take a chance here and keep my card advantage going. So I will use my counterspell for this. Looks like the opponent has some interaction, which is, yeah. So you'll get out of their hand, depending on what their hand is. I think I'm just going to jam my Planeswalker again. Archmage's Charm, yep. Opponent drew really good cards in a row, which is okay. They get their Archmage's Charm. And we have a Snapcaster Mage. Okay. And I'll just go ahead and pass the turn. What I am going to do here... So they hit me for 2. I don't think I care about this card that much. I think everything that I want to do is on their end step. I can't tap out for everything here. I think I need to go for 2 and keep John and Lock active and start trading. Ooh, I have a Tainted Pact in hand now. That's very interesting. I'll crack them for 2. Let's see what they do. Okay. So they do a land. More digging. What is in their graveyard that they want to get? I think I will go ahead and try to cast a Snapcaster Mage of my own, which will likely see a counterspell. Yeah. And to that, I will counter that with John and the Lock. And with Snapcaster Mage, it will give me enough to flashback John and the Lock again, which I can use to counter their Snapcaster Mage. And I think that was a favorable exchange for us because it leaves them with just 2 cards in hand. We basically just need to break on this turn and we should be okay. Opponent is offering a trade, which I will take because I have Taginuma in my deck. And brutal. So opponent has another avenue for pressure, which is fine for now. let's see what happens. I will go ahead and discuss. Play Consider. I'm not in the market for more lands, although that one is good. And I will go to my turn. And I just need to get Hall of the Storm Giants in play now. Pass the turn to opponent. They're gonna get in for 2. They're gonna pass the turn here. I think I'm gonna start churning away at their graveyard. And I will exile, change the equation. And since I've already... I need to think about that. Since I have Takenu in my deck, I will do Censor. And I would like to keep Inquisition and Jace. Shark Token. Let's do it like that. Try and get a few more cards. And I will cycle this one away. Oh, here's Jace. Here's a Shieldred. Does that change things? This is a non-land permanent. And I think I can afford one more turn. If I can get that Archmage's Charm out of their hand, yeah, that can resolve. And now I have Cling to Dust open. If they want to pick it back up, I can just cling it. Let's see. Okay. Opponent. Come on. Oh, I know opponent wants to flash something back from their graveyard or pick it back up. Oh no, my stuff might be frozen. That is it. Oh, oops. Okay, let's go take a look. Happens time to time. Let's take a look. Okay. This blue-white matchup, at least game 1, is quite difficult. Okay, here's Calum. Okay, that's not scary at the moment. It just gives them like a little bit of card filtering, which I'm not thrilled about, but you know, that's okay. I will go ahead and try to get some pressure off this Siphoner. Oh, if this catches a counter... Oh, okay, opponent. I think... Oh, do I have enough for all of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I have all of that. 1, 2, 3 for Narset. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yep, okay. Let's take a look here. Let's see what the opponent does to this. I'm gonna activate my ability. Oof. This is Spell Pierce. And I think at this point we have to go for it. Because I have more cards in hand though. I will try and resolve my Jace first. Let's see if the opponent likes it. Okay. I will target myself. And I will try to resolve my Tainted Pact. Let's see if they have yet another counter spell or not. If they don't, we win. If they do, then the game goes on. Ooh. Oof, they might have a trick. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm gonna leave one card in my library just for next turn. Oh, if I get caught, if the opponent does have something spicy, like what am I scared of? Like a soul partition or something that exiles a permanent. Oh, that would be a beating. That's okay. We play two outs. And here we go. We basically I just need to leave one card in my library. I have 4 cards currently to leave, and now I should have 2. Yep. Decline, and I will take action, and then resolve. And now they get priority. So if they have something spicy, they win. Oh, does that? No, it doesn't. Decline. Resolve. Yeah, got there. Cool. So blue-white control is definitely not a favorable matchup, but depending on what the draw is, it's certainly not unwinnable by any means. They are using a lot of stuff from their graveyard, so I am going to keep my Soul Guide Lantern and my Cling to Dust in here. Prismari Command is just not great. On the draw, Lelia is... I like to have Lelia in this matchup because she puts on so much pressure if you can resolve her. What I don't like in this matchup is a bunch of kill spells. Shieldred's Edict is very good, Heartless Act not very much. Fatal Push for Shark tokens, just in case they have any. And I think that is it. And I would like to bring in Miscast for sure. Negate is an add. Duress is an add. And with standard blue-white control, I think I'm going to give Thought Distortion another try. But I have been very disappointed with Thought Distortion so far, so I'm not sure if this is going to stay or not. Lithomantic Barrage is excellent. So is Rusko Clockmaker, but at 4 mana, if I tap out and get countered, that's a blowout. So I am happy with this. I will try, although I do need to be a bit more reactive. So I do need a plan to kill Teferi. I am not sure. Bloodchief's Thirst is a miserable way to kill a Teferi, so I'm going to replace that with Lithomantic Barrage, and then click Submit. Okay, I am absolutely happy with that. They're showing Spell Pierce or Mystic Dispute. If it's Spell Pierce, then okay, it's a dispute. No. Okay, so Archmage's Charm, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and Consider. So I do have an answer for Teferi at the moment. I'm going to take their Archmage's Charm. And next turn I can just Soul Guide Lantern it away so they don't reanimate it or pick it back up to their hand. Field of Ruin is a good sign for us. That land is exceptional here as well. I will go ahead and I will resolve my Soul Guide Lantern while I can, taking Archmage's Charm. And now their angle from which they were attacking last game, which made their deck a bit more resilient to my discard spells, is taken care of. Negate is good. I am not going to run my Lelia out just yet. Snapcaster Mage is okay. I do feel like we have to give them a little bit of Do I? Hmm. I hmm. I have a negate. Next turn, I can't tap out for Lelia. I might have to draw a card with this Soul Guide Lantern. So this has to resolve. The opponent will consider. Binning a land, which means they have another land in hand for their Teferi. And opponent getting in for 2. I will draw a card with my Soul Guide Lantern. They might want to go for one of our lands, which is okay. I have some basics in my deck. Opponent is thinking, I believe, what to do. Just in case they're roping for some reason, which they shouldn't be. It's a very 50-50 game. Oh, they were not roping. Cool. And I am going to go to my turn. Land is great. Pass the turn. Let's see what they do. So much consideration, opponent. Jeez. Binning a land again, which means oh, their hand must have been all lands. I think this deck runs 30 lands. I think I can afford to tap out for Memory Deluge here, because if I had another land in hand, then I would wait and I would have Mystic Dispute up. But I will like to draw a counterspell out of their hand at this point, if I can. It is not a counterspell, but it is their Planeswalker. And then this resolves. I will take Crucius. Thank you. It's a really good one to have because they can't. And I'll take Sleewens. Oh, these are some. Oh, I shouldn't have played a land. Actually, no, I should have because I want to play Lelia. And I want to go to attack. Try and kill their token in the process. And now they will go ahead and exile this, but while they exile my Lelia, their Planeswalker will die, which is a good trade for me. And if they tap out for Teferi, I have a negate in hand. They are creating a token that does not matter in this matchup. Every time something is exiled, Lelia gets bigger. That is very funny. And here I am not going to use my 2 mana. I'm just going to untap. And I will go to attacks. I will swing my 4/4 at their Planeswalker. Perfect. I got a land out of it. They are chump blocking. And they're soul partitioning. Wow, that is very aggressive. I could try and I could try and resolve. I could try and let that happen. Yeah, okay. And then I can damage doesn't happen, and then I can just try and play Crucius. Yep. And I can play my land. Cling to Dust. I will keep that on top for now. Oh, I guess I... Ah. And I'm going to discard... Should I discard my Fatal Push or Shield Edict? I think I can discard my Fatal Push, and I will go for... Perfect. And I'll have 3 mana up for a Negate and a Dispute. I can also steal my token. Or sorry, their token. Let's see what they do. Five mana Lilia is not as good. But it's not the worst either. And at this point, I believe I will go ahead and try to sack their Planeswalker. And if I do, okay, no responses, I will go for Expressive Iteration. Drown and Lock is good. This goes back to, this goes out to my Exile, and I will play it for the turn. And I'm just going to say no attacks and turn. Then I'm going to discard. Ooh. I think Dispute is... Ooh, Thought Distortion. Thought Distortion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Opponent going after my graveyard. That thing is going to be massive too, but thankfully I have a way to kill it. Opponent considering again. Blue-white is a tricky matchup, but as long as we have some sort of card advantage like Lelia or Crucius or interaction, like our hand is full of interaction at the moment, you can kind of keep them in check. Opponent is going to get in with their token, which at this point am I tempted to take the trade here? I don't think so. And I can just go ahead and cling to Dust something from their graveyard, and I will take Soul Partition. Let's see if they react to that. No, I will draw my card for turn, and I can also go ahead and get aggressive and steal their token while having my negate up. Because I am planning on Thought Distortioning next turn. Okay, perfect. Owen's Veto is out. And now I can go to my turn. Otawara is good. And hopefully this is all 3 non-land cards. Okay, opponent goes to do Field of Ruin, which is okay. I will bring back an island, snow-covered island. Oof, brutal. So that was a 1 for 3. That was a 1 for 3. And now I can just play this and no attacks and turn. I'm going to discard this, go for ambitious, and I get knocked. Okay. How much does this thing cost to crew? Okay, that is fine, opponent. Not drawing my fatal push has been not fantastic for me. But opponent goes to crew their creature. We'll let them go to attacks. And I will go ahead and down and lock this thing. Apparently they have a counterspell. They do not have a counterspell. And I take 3. At this point, I do believe I will go ahead and I will trade. All of the Storm Giants is good. Now my Lelia comes back while I hold up negate. I shouldn't have played a land. Going to attack. See, always punished. Interesting. What are they taking? They don't have anything in their graveyard at the moment. This is 4 damage. So I just need to dig for my Planeswalker and I win. And cycle this away for another land. Ooh, Snapcaster Mage is very spicy here. That could be a little bit of a blowout for the opponent. I also have Hall of the Storm Giant, so I don't think they can attack, but I will not attack myself and I'll pass the turn. Okay. We're not gonna swing. Okay. In that case, I am going to go to my turn. Impulse is a very good draw here. I'm going to go ahead and attack. Let's see what I get off the top. Play the land. This is risky, but I need to start closing the game out now. And I will go for Snapcaster Mage. I do have a negate for it. And I will target Drown of the Lock, which I will play, and I will kill one. And the opponent concedes. Good game. So blue-white control, that's how it plays out. These are very grindy, drawn out games where you have to change the lanes every now and again. Sometimes you have to get aggressive, sometimes you have to sit back and play. Unfortunately, I didn't draw a Thoughtseize both games. Thoughtseize makes it a lot easier since it forces them to interact. But Yeah, this is Tainted Pack combo. I think I like this deck a lot. It's very versatile, very fun to play, very interactive, gets you thinking. Um, few closing thoughts that I have. I definitely don't like Shieldred in this shell. I think Shieldred is something that I will be thinking about cutting. Um, Other than that, the deck plays very, very well. In the sideboard, Thought Distortion is a possible cut, and Rending Volley. Oh, sorry, which is Lithomantic Barrage. Because I think if Blue Eye Control, if they resolve a Teferi and they get to untap with it with 2 mana open, you already spent. Like, it's a miserable way to kill a Teferi. So, these are some of the things that I really like Lelia in this deck because it's perfect amount of pressure. Other than that, this is historic Tainted Pack combo in a Grixis shell. I hope you guys liked it.